Okay, I'm gonna shut this down here. We'll take a look at the settings. Adapter settings. Okay, so what I did was I went into all these files here and then give the exact spaces in there and tabs. Okay, so I'm going to put this file into the chat, and then you could put it in your configuration files also. Okay, so this one here, etc vi named.conf, this one is good, but this file here, forward.zmpt. So I'm going to clear the screen. I'm going to go vi /var/named/forward, and I have these spaces here. This is a tab here, tab. There are two tabs here, and there is a single tab here. So make sure all these things align here when you're doing it. Okay, and in fact you could copy and paste it and then just change the IP address. Okay, and then I'm gonna go and then reverse. And you just have to make sure this, what you do is you copy the file here, copy the forward file, and then just make the changes here. Okay, and then you go back into name.conf and make sure this is correct. vi/etc/name.conf, and it's 100, right? Yeah. So whatever the file name you gave, you should just keep it here. I'm giving .zmpt, so you have to appropriately give the file name you have. Okay, and then you start and stop the firewall, and systemctl name.enable. Okay, and then run this command here, restore con, and name. Okay, good. And I'm going to X out of here, and then you go into the configuration file.
So if you want to name dot.
I'm sorry, what?
After enabling name dot service, what file do we need to start?
Over here, it's already in there. This is what we did yesterday, right? I mean, the last week. Name dot and then enable systemctl enable name dot service.
Yeah. After that.
After that, you just run this thing, restore con.
Okay.
This is on the website already, so you could take a look. And you look at this file here, script ifcf. Okay, and here IP address is supposed to be 100, and everything else is the same. Yeah. And then check the DS resolution file, vietc resolve.conf, and it says name server, and you don't really need to do this here, and delete this too. Saved. Okay, and now what you should do is you should run this command dig. Okay, and then you should see something like answer question. It's doing the questionnaire answer. This is what should come back here. Okay, and ns lookup. When you do ns lookup and then the name of the server, it should give you the information here. There you go. It says server is this and it's running on port 53, name, and then the IP address. That means it's working so far. Okay, so we are not done yet. There's lot of more configuration we need to do before the DNS is up and running. So let me see what else we do here. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a secondary master. This is a DNS primary, and this is we're gonna set up the DNS. So here. Okay, so now we're gonna do configure DNS secondary. Okay. So for that, you have to create another server. Take this server here, GUI, a blank one, and then we are gonna have to clone it. And I'm gonna say DNS. What was the other one? Primary, right? So I'm gonna
Still,
give
the
this.
NS lookup is
I'm
still
sorry.
giving me an error. NS lookup is still saying server cannot find DNS server failed.
Okay. All right. So give me your team viewer here. Let me create one.
Sure. 1604. Okay.
Okay. 1604. 9170, right?
579.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want the password? 12H
12H.
4WT.
Okay. Minimize. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to clear this, and then VI. Let me just check the VI etc resolve.conf. Okay, so name server, you gave it as okay, let me just verify it. Is it name.names?
One second, sir. Just
Okay, it is name server. So you're using it at 113, right?
yes.
VI, okay, IPA and 113. Okay, 130, 255. UEID is I'm gonna block the UUID. It's not really necessary. And okay, then what else I have is VIETC sysconfig network networking, yes, DNS primary.hello.com. Okay, VIETC hosts 192.168.56 113.dnsprimary.hello.com. Okay, so VIETC name.conf 92 191.68.56 dot 56. Master reverse dot hello forward dot hello. Okay, all this looks good to me. Now I'm gonna go into cd/var/named vi forward. Okay, okay. I'm gonna use tabs here, okay? Okay, and I'm gonna do this here, and let me just quickly compare. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the text file here. Okay. 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 And I'm gonna move this also. Okay, and in ls. Okay. Okay, so now let's see here. Okay, so okay, it's disabled, right? So system ctl restart named. Okay, now so named okay, it's good. And the reverse. Okay. And no, it's not working. Let me clear this. Let me change the group here. Okay, and let's do dig. Yep, it's working now. Okay, and
It was a group issue.
yeah, and now ns lookup. Yep, it's working.
Okay.
So I'm gonna add this here. Looks like it was already there, but I'm gonna go ahead and add it here anyway. So I'm gonna say change the group and ownership. Okay. All right. So you're good now. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay. No problem. So now everybody else try it and then let me know. If not, I'll work one-on-one because I'm gonna make publish this here. And the spacing and all those things are important. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up a secondary server, which you really need it in this scenario here. So I'm gonna fire this up. I'm gonna look at this here, network. I'm gonna enable the NAT for now because I need to download something. So I'm gonna say okay, and I'm gonna start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect. One 192.168.137.236 and DNS secondary. And I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna open it now. Root Red Hat. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is very first thing is I'm gonna install the utilities. Okay. So what do I need here is yum install bind utils -y. Okay. Okay, so here the primary server was primary pri primary DNS server, host name is what was the host name of that server is DNS primary, and the IP address. You have to keep in mind, the reason I'm doing is after configuration you have to keep a good picture of what you have in here set up as 192.168.56.100. okay, so the second one I'm going to do is secondary. I'm going to set this as 110. Actually, I'm going to set this as 200. Okay. All right. Good. So we install the package, and then I'm going to go ahead and shut down and disable the NAT. So DNS secondary and network and enable. So make sure only one of them is on. So, and from here pretty much everything else is going to be a duplicate what we're going to do on the master. Okay, but there are some configuration we're going to have to change it. Aliyah and hey, do you guys have any luck setting this up? Because don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll give you good instructions here. After today, you should have these instructions and follow like step by step, and you should be able to get it. So now set up static IP. So I'm gonna go clear this vi slash etc slash host name. I'm going to delete this, and then I'm going to give the host name DNS secondary .zmpt.com. Okay. All right. I'm going to save and exit. So I'm going to say set up host name, and this is the host name. Okay, for the host name, you're gonna have to restart it anyway. So okay, we're gonna restart. So we're gonna go ahead and sysconfig network scripts ifcfg enp0s3. Okay, in here I'm gonna say boot protostatic. Okay, leave everything else. You don't really need a UUID. I'm gonna take it off. And the IP address is, I'm gonna give 192.168.56.200. Okay. And static on boot is yes. Py net mask equals to 255.255.255.0. In most cases, it's gonna stay the same. Okay. And let's see if we kept the hardware. Okay. Set the static IP. Okay, this is getting crowded here, so I'm gonna okay, this looks better on the eyes. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're going to do vi/etc/name.conf. Here almost same thing. One 192.168.56.200, and make sure you put a little semicolon too. Okay, and the same thing over here. 192.168.56.0/24. Okay, it's gonna stay the same all the time here. Okay, okay, you know what, actually we are supposed to restart here, so I'm going to reboot so that the IP address would be 200. No, oh, yeah. Okay. So reboot. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to connect using the new IP. Okay, so it took the static IP and then it changed the host name too. See? I'm gonna have to close this. One 92.56. I'm gonna do restart one more time, okay? Oh, now I know. What you have to do is you have to go into settings and you have to do host only adapter. Yeah. Now it will show up. Because for the other one, it's host only adapter, right? Yeah, host only adapter. is working. So I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna restart again. Yes. Root Red Hat. Okay, we are almost following the same thing as we did for the master, okay? And then so I'm going to copy this line again. And open new line. Okay, same exact information is going to go in here. So this is going to be zmpt.com. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit different here. It's going to be showing you what folder is going to be coming from. It's going to be slaves slash forward dot zmpt, okay? And there's going to be another line in here, and it's going to be saying masters curly brackets, and this is the IP address for the server, the primary server, 192.168.56.100, okay? Okay, and okay, so I'm gonna copy this line here. Here is gonna, the reverse is gonna come here. 56.168.192.inaddr.arpa. Okay, there is no way around it. This is coming from coming from when the internet was created back in 1960s. And over here type is going to be slave, and then here is going to be reverse zmpt dot reverse, and this looks good. Okay, semicolons are really important. Okay, and let's go back up here, semicolon, and this is actually slave here. Type is slave. Okay. Okay, I mean, this is the best you could do. We could come back and take a look here if it's going to be a problem. Save and exit. Okay, so actually you have to. Okay, and let's do the same thing here. Okay, now start the name.service. Systemctl start named. Okay, no error message means very good. And you enabled it at the start of the service. So okay, now configure forward lookup zone. vi/etc/ it's in oh, actually what you're gonna have to do is cd var/named, and in here there is a folder called slaves right there. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go into cd, and there is no files in there, so you go dot dot, and what you're gonna have to do is these two files in here.
Sir, I don't know, for some reason I'm seeing the files forward and reverse.
When was it created? No, go into the slaves folder.
Huh?
Are you into
Yeah, I'm in the safe folder and I'm able to see those files. I have those files. And you don't have it.
Did you copy? Yeah, let me. What do you have? Forward what?
I have forward and reverse whatever I had in primary.
But you copied from the primary. I didn't copy the primary. Did you
No, no,
copy?
no, I'm saying I'm able to see the files on the slave directory.
Okay, give me your give me your team viewer.
Yeah, the password is same. 12H
12H
4WT.
4WT.
You see this? I already have files.
Do ls there? Do cd dot dot. And do ls here. When you do the clone, which one did you put?
I cloned the regular one. I have it over here.
Which one did you clone?
This one, sir.
Okay.
The first one.
That's already odd. Maybe yours is working already.
Huh? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's already detecting it. The master is already detecting it.
Yeah, see here there are some binaries and this.
Which file is this?
This one is forward.hello.
You should actually have the full file here. So
In the slave directory.
yeah, go ahead and delete it. You know what? Just
Delete it.
leave it there. Do ll. So it should overwrite it here. Like, take a look at the time. When was it created? Just now, actually, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move forward here. We will deal with it. So we'll see. Usually that folder gets copied from the master and primary. Uh, so let's go ahead and just worry about that later.
So do you want me to edit anything or keep it the same way?
Just leave it there. We'll see if it's actually working a little later.
Okay, sir.
Now what you have to do is now go into no, we're not configuring the lookup zones here. So now configure the Ethernet card again. So go back into your Ethernet file. And so what you're going to do here is you're going to type DNS1 equals the IP address of the primary 192.168.56.100. Okay, and then the second line is going to be the same, but make this 200 2, and this is 200, and actually it goes into quotes. Okay, so I'm going to give some space here. So that you know what is going on. Adding a space is pretty safe thing. It's not going to mess up anything in the script. So this time around you're adding these two information here. Okay, now you go to a resolution file vi/etc/resolve.conf. Okay, in here delete this, type name server space 192.168.56.100 and 200. Okay, Okay, update the resolution file. Okay, now in the real world scenario, you may or may not able to disable the firewall, but we're gonna do it. Systemctl stop firewall. SYSTEM. Okay, and then disable it. Okay, now the permissions. Um, okay, so what you're gonna do is ch group named -r var named. And ch own -v. We're gonna make the root as the owner and named as the group, etc name.conf. Okay, so it was already there. Okay, now SC Linux. I'll go over SC Linux what it is. Okay, so simply run this command restore con -rv var named restore con etc name.conf. Okay, just blindly run these commands. It should work. Okay, all right, I'm gonna save this. Now now at this moment we're going to go back to the DNS master again. Okay, so go back to the DNS master or the primary. Okay, and I'm going to clear this. So what you're going to do is vi/etc/name name dot forward. Oh, what? Does the file doesn't exist? No, var. Okay, you go in here. Now what you're gonna do is DNS secondary. Then all this stays the same. IN tab A tab. Now the IP address 192.168.56.200. Okay. DNS is heart and soul of the company's network. If somebody is going to make, if a hacker is trying to make a big damage, this is what he will try to do. Take out DNS for the company, and the company could collapse. All the network inside, and it's going to be a big, big loss. They could go bankrupt. So this DNS is very highly guarded. I couldn't stress much. It's just a backbone of the company system. So okay, on primary master. Edit forward lookup zone. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna edit the reverse lookup zone. So here, actually you have to make a double entry here. So I go DNS secondary. Okay, and in tab A tab 192.168.56.200. Okay, and here also is you type 200 in PTR DNS secondary .zmpt.com, and then make sure there is a period there too. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put this in the second slave there, so I'm gonna have to change that. Okay, go back to the secondary here. Oh, okay, yeah. We don't need to, because the files are going to automatically get copied from here to the other place. Okay, so let me go back to the master here. So let me do ls. This is on the secondary. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start the service here. Normally what should trigger is whenever you go in here, whenever you're making the entry here, you change this here. Number 1, make it number 2. The serial number should change. Okay, save and exit. And do that for the reverse too. Make it number 2. Save and exit. So let's see here if it's going to automatically copy the file here. So it may not for a while here, but let's trigger the copying of the file here. How are you going to trigger the file? Just restart the named service on the primary. System CTL restart named. Okay, now if I do ls here, it's not there yet. Or let me start the system CTL. I'm gonna host name. I'm gonna make sure I type this correctly everywhere, right? Because all this matters. DNS secondary.gmpt.com 192.168 DNS secondary. DNS secondary 200. So let's do dig DNS. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ping from here to the other. Ping 192.168.56.200. It's not pinging. Oh, it's working now. Let's see what we got here.
Sir, when I do dig, it says command not found.
On the slave.
Yeah. Neither ns lookup command is working.
Type which dig.
There's no dig.
It's working for me.
There's no dig for me.
Okay, go on to the primary and restart. Do this here. Named systemctl restart named. Do it on both sides. So if I do an ls here, so why is it not transferring? You're gonna have to look at the name first. SLAVES, right? What is it you typed in here? SLAVES. So let's go in there. Let's go to CD. Oh, I cannot connect there anymore. I'm going to restart here. There may be some problem with the VirtualBox also. VirtualBox may not be behaving what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, I'm able to get in now. So I'm going to say root Red Hat. So I'm gonna verify what I have put in here. Okay, I'm on the slave. Let's go on to the vi/etc/name.conf 192.168.56.200.
So secondary DNS is working for me.
It is?
Yep.
Okay, good. Did you do anything or it just started working?
Yeah, I rebooted the virtual box and
So primary or secondary?
just the secondary one.
Oh, let me reboot the secondary then. So just remember, it could be the virtual box issue you're facing here, okay? So I have to restart here name.service. Okay, from here it's working. So we need to look into this here. So before that I go to etc resolve.conf. Why is it saying search here? Right, I think I took it out, right? Let's do the firewall. Okay, firewall is dead. And type, and device is enp. Boot proto static, on boot is yes. IP address is 200. Okay, all this looks good to me. Okay, on the master, vi/etc var named forward DNS secondary to DNS primary.gmpt.com, DNS secondary.in. Okay, this looks good. So over here, time to live, just let's change it to just change it to 60 here. That means 60 seconds. Here, let's do all this 60. 60, 60. 1 week. How many seconds we have in 1 week is 604,800. Okay, and here just put down 60, and up here change the number, change it here to 6 or something. Yeah, let's do that to forward 2. Change it to 60. Leave it 6. There are 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 604,800. That many we have it in 1 week, okay? And this minimum 60, okay? Now I'm gonna say system ctl restart named. Okay, if I do cd slash var slash name slash slaves, so what will happen is those files will come over on this side. That's how the secondary master is there. But then again, over here we didn't configure On this here, I think I'm missing some configuration, right? Network file. So let's go into vi slash vi slash etc slash sysconfig. I'm going to delete here. I'm going to say networking equal to yes. Host name equal to the whole whatever the host name of this box. Okay, I'm going to save and exit, and I'm going to do vietc hosts. Okay, and I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go 192.168.56.200 space the name of the box. Now I'm going to do let's do, it won't work because the files are not here yet. Dig, it's not working. Okay, what we'll do is I'm gonna restart both of them one time, and if not, I'll just leave it overnight and see if it's gonna work. Okay, sometimes you may have to do just that. Okay, I'm gonna restart root. There you go. Did you see that? It's working now. This is secondary. And if you do dig here, dig DNS secondary, DNS secondary dot zmpt.com. Yep, it's working. And then you do ns lookup and you type this. It's working here. It was working for you already, right, to begin with? Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone like this overnight, and then we're going to pick up where we left off here tomorrow, okay?
Sure, sir.
Okay. All right, once I'm done, I'm going to upload the document, and then all should be good. All right, you all have a good day.